Hi, BrenTech here, where tech is made simple. So once again, Google has rolled out the early stable version of Chrome 150, which is going to be our next stable release. And most, including myself, will not have received the early stable because it only rolls out to a limited subset of users a week or two before Google pushes out the stable version to the general public. But if you have received the early stable, then the browser will be updated to version 150.0.7871.24 or 25. And if we head to the calendar, Google started pushing out the early stable late yesterday in my part of the world on the 17th. So we won't get it next week, and I would suggest that Google's going to start pushing 150 out to the general public starting Tuesday, the 30th of June, 2026. So if you are using Google Chrome, that could be something to look out for. Now, just a quick video to give you a quick overview as to more or less what we could expect to see in version 150 when it rolls out to the general public. First of all, obviously, we would get our security patches rolling out, which would be the security fixes for that week. And according to the Chrome platform status, a lot of the so-called new improvements and features are going to be taking place under the hood. So it won't really be affecting your so-called average home user. But I think the most significant change in Chrome 150 is going to be the official permanent deprecation of manifest v2 extensions like uBlock Origin, which currently still works in the stable version. The loophole and the workaround that I've provided to get uBlock Origin and MV2 extensions working in the Chrome web browser. But as I mentioned in a video which I'll leave linked, Chrome 149, which is the current stable release, will start removing the last uBlock Origin workarounds and MV2, because as I mentioned in the video, Google engineers have now started removing the flags that previously controlled MV2 availability, like uBlock Origin. Check the video out for more info. So what's going to be happening is Google is going to start removing the primary backend flag, extension manifest v2 disabled. That was the flag. And the flag previously served basically as a backdoor for you to keep legacy manifest v2 extensions running. And what the removal means is the older classic content blocking extensions like uBlock Origin will no longer function in any supported version of Chrome. And even if we head into Canary, which is an early preview version, sitting on version 151, as I also posted in a previous video, I am unable to get the workaround working in 151. Even with developer mode on, I cannot import and load the extension into the browser. And according to Google, Google wants you to transition to manifest v3 equivalents such as uBlock Origin Lite, which to some degree or the other, if you do tweak it, you can get it working almost as good as uBlock Origin. And version 151, which currently is in Canary as mentioned, that's slated for the July 2026 rollout, will follow this release by getting rid of the remaining legacy code footprints and leftover experimental MV2 flags entirely. That's why, as mentioned, I cannot import uBlock Origin into the browser because that code has been stripped out entirely. So as I mentioned earlier when I started providing the workarounds for uBlock Origin, I said it was only a matter of time, and it seems now that Google is going pedal to the metal, so to speak, and is now going to be permanently deprecating MV2 extensions like uBlock Origin in 150, which obviously is going to cause a bit of debate in certain circles. Then over and above that, guys, just one more thing to mention is that Chrome 150 will push Google's AI mode and agent features further into the UI. So if you haven't received it already, because it has been on a controlled rollout, if we click on the plus button in the new tab page, The menu in the search box now lets you attach open tabs, images, and local files directly as context for an AR mode search. If you are using AR mode, I think that'll start rolling out more widely. I've only received this on one of my Chrome stable browsers. The other doesn't have it, so it's still on a controlled rollout. So I think you should start seeing that becoming more widely available. So as mentioned, guys, that's a very brief overview as to what we can expect. Most of the changes are developer and web platform features that are taking place under the hood. And obviously when Chrome 150 starts rolling out to the general public, as mentioned, starting the 30th of June, I'll post and let you guys know. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.